What's going on, friends? Welcome back to College Sports Corner. Hope you're having a great, wonderful Thursday. Hey, Thursday morning's almost over. Then all we got is this afternoon. Tomorrow, weekend is here again. Thank the good Lord. We got a lot of news to get to, so we're going to dive right into this. Before we start, though, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Okay, let's dive into this. We didn't do a show Sunday because I was gone, so we're just going to do a quick review of some things that happened a week ago, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all that good stuff. But let's get straight into this. Story got bigger yesterday. The whole Jalen Carter incident that happened. Too much to write, so in case you didn't hear, we're just going to go ahead and read it. As a result of the ongoing investigation into January 15th, 2023 fatal crash that occurred in the 900 block of Barnett Shoals Road, the Athens-Clarke County Police Department has secured arrest warrants for Jalen Carter, 21 years old, for reckless driving and racing. The investigation found that Chandler LaCroix, driver of a 2021 Ford Expedition, and Jalen Carter, driver of a 2021 Jeep Trackhawk, were operating their vehicles in a manner consistent with racing shortly after leaving the downtown Athens area, about 2:30 a.m. The evidence demonstrated that both vehicles switched between lanes, drove in the center turn lane, drove in opposite lanes of travel, overtook other motorists, and drove at high rates of speed in an apparent attempt to outdistance each other. Evidence indicated that shortly before the crash, the Expedition was traveling. The one that Chandler LaCroix was driving, the Expedition, was traveling at about 104 miles an hour. Toxicology reports indicate that LaCroix's blood alcohol concentration was 0.197 at the time of the crash. Investigators determined that alcohol impairment, racing, reckless driving, and speed were significant contributing factors to the crash. Case will be given to the Solicitor's General Office. From what I understand, Jalen Carter is at the NFL Combine right now. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of questions all these teams have for him. Bottom line is 2 people are dead. Tragic, something that should never have happened. Families are grieving. Friends are grieving. All because, I'm going to go ahead and say it, because of stupidity. Drinking and driving and racing. That's why 2 people are dead now. One of them, I wouldn't say his career is in jeopardy because we know the NFL, you can murder 15 people at a shopping mall and be the best wide receiver, and the NFL's still going to let you play. I mean, we saw that with, what was his name? Leonard Little from Tennessee. Remember him years ago? Killed a woman, drunk driving. He kept on playing, kept on his career. So I'm sure Jalen Carter is going to still get a job in the NFL. But stupidity, that's what it boils down to. Those 2 people are dead. Sucks. Stupidity caused all this mess. That's the bottom line to it. Drinking and driving and racing, that's just stupidity. I'll say that from a medic's point of view because I've seen the outcome of drinking and driving and racing too many times. So, I mean, that's what it is. That's all it is. Stupidity. Ole Miss fires basketball coach Kermit Davis. Kind of saw that coming a few weeks ago. Pac-12 having a hard time finding new media deal with UCLA and USC leaving. Yeah, we kind of saw that happening. When this story came out, it was just Florida State, but now Clemson's kind of jumped on board. Florida State AD Mike Alford said something has to change when it comes to closing the gap in revenue with other conferences. When the new TV contract kicks in 2023 and 24, the ACC will fall behind the Big Ten and SEC by $30 million a year. ACC is locked into its contract with ESPN through 2036. In the 2021 season, the ACC distributed $578 million to its member schools. SEC distributed $722. So, FSU and Clemson, they're not happy. I don't think they're happy in the ACC. In fact, there's been a lot of talk this week about what conference would they go to. A lot of people are saying Florida State would fit in perfect in the SEC. Didn't hear what they were saying about Clemson maybe joining another conference, but it all comes down to money, like it always does. Everything comes down to money in the world. Alabama head coach Nate Oates says the university is doing the right thing by letting Brandon Miller play. Of course, I think everybody saw the pat down last Saturday, beginning of the game. Very questionable. He said they're going to stop that. Oates said it's like when the TSA pats you down. I don't know what the hell he's talking about because the times I've flown since 2001, I've never been patted down by the TSA. So I don't know. It seems like every time this guy opens his mouth, you're like, dude, just shut up. Just do yourself a favor and shut up. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Oregon has reinstated wide receiver Trayshawn Holden after weapons charges were dropped. Speaking of Alabama, he transferred from Alabama. UCLA hires Baltimore Ravens safeties coach DeAnton Lynn as their new defensive coordinator. Florida has hired Bama linebacker coach Austin Armstrong as their new defensive coordinator. A lot of Alabama fans are pissed about the last two coordinators. I don't think they're all that big on these two. It's going to be an interesting year. If you don't believe me, just watch Feinbaum's show. Those guys calling in all the time bitching about the coordinators. Some sad news. Legendary former Virginia basketball coach Terry Holland passed away at age 80 from Alzheimer's. Coached the Cavaliers from 1974 to 1990. Led Virginia to 2 Final Fours. He went 326-173 while he was at Virginia. 3 ACC regular titles, and he was also the AD there for 6 years. He was the AD somewhere else also. I forget, before he finally retired from college sports total. So prayers to him and his family, Virginia community, great coach. Alabama hires Charlie Strong as an analyst. Iowa State dismisses their leading three-point shooter and guard, Caleb Grill. Failure to meet program standards. Didn't say what, but maybe grades. Maybe did something stupid that they're not telling us about. I mean, the way things are going in college sports now, who knows? Maybe he robbed the bank or something. I don't know. I'm just guessing grades. Could be something else. Tennessee point guards Lakeith Ziegler. He'll miss the remainder of the season with a torn ACL. He's a key part of that Volunteers team, too. So, yeah. Hope you get better soon, man. This sucks. It really does. Illinois forward Matthew Mayer said he was sick for days this week due to drinking 6 Monster Energy drinks on Sunday. He got a type of caffeine poisoning. I would guess so. I've never really been into energy drinks except that. What's that one they make in the bar with the Red Bull? Bull Blaster or something. They put vodka in it. That's the only time I've ever drinking an energy drink, so I can't really give you any warning about don't drink too many, except he can. But, hey, I don't know. All right, so like I said, no show last Sunday. I was gone. We're going to do a quick review. Start back on last Thursday. Charleston moved to 27-3 after beating Towson. Florida Atlantic moved to 25-3 after beating UTSA. 23-6 North Texas lost to Charlotte. 21-7 Utah Valley lost to Tarleton State. Michigan beat Rutgers. 19-10 A&M Corpus Christi lost to A&M Commerce. Here in a few minutes when we get up to date, A&M Corpus Christi, they avenged that loss to Commerce. Number 21, 20-8 Northwestern's impressive run the last few weeks ended with a loss to Illinois. And we're going to be going back over a Northwestern game again. After that 5-game run where they beat Wisconsin, Indiana, Purdue. Who else did they beat? Maryland, maybe? Anyway, they've lost the last 3 since that impressive streak that everybody's talking about. Yeah, they've lost the last 3. 29 UC Irvine loses to UC San Diego. 20-9 Hawaii lost to UC Riverside. Friday, 24-7 Marshall lost to Old Dominion. Saturday, 3 buzzer beaters. What a day that was. Great games besides the buzzer beater games. I mean, that was just classic college Saturday basketball. 21-8 Clemson beat 22-8 North Carolina State, 96-71. Clemson's Galloway, 28 points. Burns for NC State, 24 points, 6 rebounds. 15-4 Villanova beat number 19 Creighton, 79-67. Dixon for Villanova, 31 points. 14-15 OU beat number 23 Iowa State, 61-50. Iowa, Michigan State. Did you see that game? Holy cow! What? I don't even know what to say about this game. It was crazy. Anyway, 18-11 Iowa beat 17-11 Michigan State, 112-106 in overtime. Shouldn't have gone to overtime, but it did. Michigan State blew a 13-second lead with 134 left in regulation. Iowa hit 5 3-pointers in that minute 13 to get it to overtime in the final 39 seconds. Incredible. I mean, you thought Michigan State had this game won. Iowa was playing good, but Michigan State was, of course, playing a little bit better. And boy, that's just those final 2 minutes and into overtime. That was just incredible. Probably one of the best games I've ever seen all year. And then, of course, McCaffrey. I don't know, y'all sure she saw this. During a timeout, he walked over to the ref and just had a stare down with him. And my question is, what would have happened to the referee if he would have said, "You need something"? That's why I couldn't be a referee, because I would have said, "What, you need something?" And I probably would have gotten suspended or fired or something. I don't know why these referees take so much crap from these coaches. I don't know if they'll get fired or suspended or what. Like I said, if that's what the case is, I'll be a referee for about one game and they get rid of me. 28-3 Charleston beat Stony Brook by 30 points. Number 24, 19-10 TCU beat Texas Tech 83-82. That was a good game too. Tech almost pulled that off. Made it interesting, especially in the last few minutes of that one. Number 18, 22-7 UConn beat St. John's 95-86. 16-13 Lehigh lost to Boston. 21-8 Missouri beat Georgia 85-63. 17-12 Ohio lost to Miami of Ohio 17 points. 17-14 Fairleigh Dickinson beat St. Francis New York by 17. 17-14 Wright State beat Detroit. 20-9 Arizona State beat number 7 Arizona 24-5. 89-88 on the 60-foot buzzer beater by Cambridge Jr. 60 feet. Like I said, this time of year, college basketball is always good, but this time of year where teams really know they need to win, they go all out, and then a lot of times like this, it works out for them. Number 2, 25-4 Alabama beat 19-10 Arkansas by 3 points. Mentioned it once again, player introductions, bad look for Alabama. 23-6 Toledo beat Buffalo by 30 points. 18-13 Radford beat Campbell. 17-11 Penn beat Dartmouth. 24-7 Furman beat 21-10 Samford, 93-79. Furman's Bothwell had 35 points in that one. Number 14, 22-7 Kansas State beat Oklahoma State by 5 points. 23-8 Hofstra beat Northeastern by 32 points. Hofstra's Thomas, 23.6 rebounds on that one. 18-8 Princeton beat Harvard. 12-19 North Dakota beat 8-13 St. Thomas, Minnesota by 8. Number 9, 21-8 Baylor beat number 8 Texas, 81-72. That was a great game. UT went on an 18-4 run to start the game, and then it seemed like that whole game was just run after run. Texas starts off, does a run, they play normal basketball. Baylor goes on a run. Texas goes on another run. Baylor goes on another run. Really good game. I really enjoyed that one. 26-3 Florida Atlantic beat UTEP. 14-16 North Dakota State beat 16-13 Western Illinois. 23-6 Fordham beat Rhode Island. 19-12 Northern Kentucky beat Oakland. 27-4 Oral Roberts beat 18-12 South Dakota State. 21-10 Morehead State beat 8-13 UT Martin. 8-21 Eastern Michigan beat 20-9 Ball State by 7. They weren't having any of that Ball State crap. 15-4 Nebraska beat Minnesota by 11 points. 19-10 Mississippi State beat number 25 Texas A&M by 7. 20-9 Kentucky beat 19-10 Auburn, 86-54. 23-8 Colgate beat 18-12 Navy by 4 points. 18-12 Cal State Fullerton beat Cal Bakersfield in overtime. 9-20 Florida State beat Miami. Florida State was down by 25 in the second half of this game, fought back. Cleveland hit a 3-point at the buzzer to win. Another buzzer beater. Florida State, though, 9-20. That's just horrible. It really is. 19-8 Grambling lost to Florida A&M. 18-11 Middle Tennessee beat Louisiana Tech. 12-19 Eastern Tennessee beat 20-11 North Carolina Greensboro. 20-8 Norfolk State beat South Carolina State. 18-11 Charlotte beat Rice. 16-11 Maryland Eastern Shore beat Coppin State. 19-10 Vermont beat 17-11 Bryant. 17-14 West Carolina beat VMI. 15-12 Wagner beat St. Francis. Number 3, 24-5 Kansas beat West Virginia by 2 points. Even though they lost, West Virginia's Stevenson had 23 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. 15-11 North Carolina Central beat Howard. 17-13 Southeast Louisiana beat McNeese State in overtime. 24-7 North Carolina Asheville beat 20-11 Longwood by 10 points. 18-13 SIUE beat Southeast Missouri State. 16-15 Southern Indiana beat 18-13 Tennessee State by 12 points. 21-8 Pittsburgh beat Syracuse by 17. Henson for Pittsburgh, 22.6 rebounds. 17-14 Purdue to Fort Wayne beat Green Bay. 23-6 Kent State beat Bowling Green by 10. 24-7 UMass Lowell beat New Hampshire 92-55. 15-12 Alcorn State lost to Prairie View A&M. 20-10 A&M Corpus Christi beat 20-10 Northwestern State by 8 points. 22-6 Sam Houston beat 19-10 Southern Utah. 16-13 Vanderbilt beat Florida. 17-12 George Mason beat 19-10 Dayton. Holmes the second for Dayton, even though they lost, 34.6 rebounds. 19-10 St. Louis beat Loyola Chicago. 21-9 Montana State beat Portland State. Number 11, 21-8 Tennessee beat South Carolina by 40. 17-12 UC Davis beat Cal Poly. 18-11 North Carolina beat number 6 Virginia 71-63. Nance for the Tar Heels, 22 points in that one. 17-12 San Jose State beat 22-7 Boise State in overtime, 74-68. Moore for San Jose State, 24 points. 19-7 Yale beat Cornell by 18. 18-11 Wake Forest beat Notre Dame by 8. Appleby for Wake Forest, 21.6 rebounds. 20-11 Towson beat 22-9 UNC Wilmington by 4 points. Towson's Holden, 22 points, 16 rebounds. 22-7 Utah Valley beat Abilene Christian. 20-9 Akron beat Western Michigan. 23-8 Youngstown State beat IUPUI. Number 10, 23-6 Marquette defeated DePaul. Jones for Marquette, 22 points in that one. Another great game. Number 17, 29 Indiana beat number 5, 24-5 Purdue by 8 points. Indiana's Hood Schifano, 35.7 rebounds. Purdue's Edey, 26 points, 16 rebounds. Another good one Saturday night. That was a really good one. 20-10 Milwaukee beat 19-2 Cleveland State by 9. 11-19 Idaho State beat 22-8 Eastern Washington, 71-63. Number 1, 27-2 Houston beat Eastern Carolina, 76-57. 22-8 UAB beat Western Kentucky by 12. 21-8 USC beat 17-13 Utah by 13 points. 21-8 Duke beat 16-13 Va-Tech, 81-65. 16-14 Weber State beat Idaho. 15-13 Montana beat Sacramento State by 2. Number 12, 25-5 Gonzaga beat number 15, 25-6 St. Mary's by 9. Johnson for St. Mary's, 27 points, 5 rebounds, and that loss. 16-13 Oregon beat Oregon State by 2. 17-14 BYU beat 8-13 San Francisco, 87-61. Leading scores for each one of those teams scored 21 points in that one. Number 22, 23-5 San Diego State beat 20-9 New Mexico, 73-71. Butler shot three-point shot at the buzzer to win that game for San Diego State. Again, incredible Saturday. 23-8 Santa Clara beat San Diego, 81-63. 21-9 Hawaii beat 20-10 UC Irvine, 72-67. 22-7 UC Santa Barbara beat UC San Diego. 19-11 Loyola Marymount beat Pepperdine. Shelton for Loyola Marymount, 32 points in that one. That takes care of Saturday. All right, let's get on to Sunday here. 12-17 Ohio State beat 19-10 Illinois by 12 points. Thornton for the Buckeyes, 20 points, 5 rebounds. 20-9 Maryland beat number 21 Northwestern, 75-59. Because they played another game the other day, so they're up to 3 losses now after that 5-game win streak. 22-10 Belmont beat Northern Iowa by 8. Number 20, 21-8 Providence beat Georgetown by 20 points. Providence's Croswell, 25 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. 22-7 Iona beat 17-12 Siena by 33 points. 15-13 Niagara lost to 11-16 St. Peter's by 1 point. 23-7 Memphis beat 19-12 Cincinnati by 3 points. 14-14 Davidson beat 19-10 Duquesne, 71-67. 11-16 Manhattan beat 19-10 Quinnipiac by 2 points. 16-14 Missouri State beat 20-11 Indiana State by 4 points. 11-19 Mount St. Mary's beat 15-12 Rider, 63-58. 22-9 Southern Illinois beat Illinois Chicago by 3 points. 17-12 Michigan beat 16-12 Wisconsin, 87-79 in overtime. Michigan's Buffkin, 28 points, 8 rebounds on that one. 16-13 Wichita State beat 17-10 Tulsa by 7 points. Wichita State's Pierre Jr., 28 points in that one. Tulane's Look, he had 30 points. Hell of a game for both those guys. 23-8 Bradley beat 24-7 Drake by 12 points. Number 4, 25-4 UCLA beat Colorado by 4. 17-4 Missouri State or Murray State. Murray State beat Valparaiso by 1. 17-12 Central Florida beat Tulsa by 19 points. Hendricks for Central Florida, 25 points, 8 rebounds. 12-17 Stanford beat 16-14 Washington, 81-69. 17-11 Rutgers beat 17-11 Penn State by 3 points. 19-10 Stephen F. Austin beat Cal Baptist, 80-58. Hawkins for Stephen F. Austin, 21 points in that one. Moving on to Monday, we have tournament start. Atlantic Sun Tournament, 18-4 Queens beat 17-15 Florida Gulf Coast, 61-55. 20-11 North Carolina beat Florida State. Florida State couldn't come off that big win and beat North Carolina. They lost 77-66. Leading scorers for both the Tar Heels and the Noles had 19 points. 29 Norfolk State lost to 16-11 North Carolina Central by 1 in overtime. 18-12 Howard beat South Carolina State, 82-78. 20-8 Grambling beat Bethune Cookman, 62-54. 16-12 Maryland Eastern Shore lost to Morgan State by 7 points. 17-14 Weber State beat Northern Arizona by 1 point in overtime. Number 7, 22-8 Baylor beat 16-4 Oklahoma State by 6 points. 16-13 Montana beat Idaho by 15. 22-9 Montana State beat 22-9 Eastern Washington by 5. 9-20 Wyoming beat 22-8 Nevada by 9 points. 17-13 West Virginia beat 17-12 Iowa State by 3. 16-12 Alcorn State beat Texas Southern by 8 points. That does it for Monday. Into Tuesday. Number 6, 24-6 Marquette beat Butler, 72-56. Marquette's Kolick had 21 points in that one. Number 13, 22-6 Virginia beat 21-9 Clemson, 64-57. 19-11 Iowa State beat number 15. 19-11 Iowa beat number 15, 20-10 Indiana, 90-68. Wow. Murray for Iowa, 26.7 rebounds. But Jackson Davis for Indiana, he had a good game too. 26 points, 13 rebounds. Number 12, 22-8 Tennessee beat 19-11 Arkansas, 75-57. Number 23-7 Boise State beat 23-6 San Diego State by 6 points. Rice for the Broncos, 26 points. Number 24, 22-8 Texas A&M beat Ole Miss by 8. 21-9 Akron beat 20-9 Ball State by 4 points. Tough week for Ball State, at least in 2 of them. 15-15 Boston College beat 18-12 Wake Forest, 71-69. Post for the Eagles, 19 points. Another Atlantic Sun Conference game, 25-7 Liberty beat Bellarmine by 20 points. McGee for Liberty, 29 points in that one. 13-16 Maine beat 17-12 Bryant by 2 points. Patriot League Tournament, 16-14 American beat Bucknell by 5. 15-15 Florida beat 16-14 Georgia by 10 points. Richard for Florida, 24 points in that one. 16-14 Syracuse lost to 13-17 Georgia Tech by 20. Kelly for Georgia Tech, 30 points in that one. Nice. Patriot League Tournament game. Loyola, Maryland beat Holy Cross by 4. Horizon Tournament, Detroit beat Purdue Fort Wayne 81-68. Detroit's Davis, 38 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Not too bad. Horizon tourney, Robert Morris beat IUPUI by 3 points. Atlantic Sun Conference tourney, Lipscomb beat Stetson by 13. 2010 Dayton beat LaSalle 77-53. Atlantic Sun tournament, 2012 Eastern Kentucky beat 18-14 North Alabama 73-48. 22-8 Duke 71. 22-9 NC State 67. Duke's Roach had 20 points. Mitchell and Proctor 12 points each. That makes Duke 16-0 at home this year. Nice. NC State's Joyner, 26 points, 8 rebounds. Burns and Clark had 13 points each for the Wolfpack. 24-6 Kent State beat 17-13 Ohio, 82-75. Ohio looked like they were going to be making a run in not only the MAC, but maybe in the national tournament. But man, they were on a 6-game win streak, and now they've lost the last 2. Starting to fade there towards the end. You don't want to fade towards the end, that's for sure. Kent State's still looking like a good team. Keep an eye on them. Atlantic Sun tournament, 24-8 Kennesaw State beat 18-15 Queens by 1 point. Kennesaw State's Robinson, 24 points, 6 rebounds. Kennesaw State, another one to keep an eye on in the postseason. 23-7 VCU beat 19-11 St. Louis 79-67. 24-6 Toledo beat Central Michigan 99-65. 18-13 UMBC beat Binghamton by 3 in overtime. Horizon Conference Tournament, 18-14 Wright State beat Green Bay by 20 points. Damn. 20-10 Vermont beat Albany 79-61. Sunbelt Tournament, Texas State beat Georgia State 81-76. Texas State showing a little bit of life in basketball. 16-14 Villanova beat 16-14 Seton Hall by 4 points. 18-11 Michigan State beat 15-15 Nebraska 80-67. A few weeks ago, Nebraska looks like they might make a push, but I don't think so now. 20-10 Mississippi State beat South Carolina 74-68. Number 3, 25-5 Kansas beat Texas Tech by 4 points. 17-13 Vautech beat Louisville 71-54. 21-9 New Mexico beat Fresno State by 14 points. Lobos Udezi 25 points, 9 rebounds. Nice game. 18-12 San Jose State beat Colorado State 63-46. Brings us into last night. Here we go. Big South Tournament, Charleston Southern beat High Point by 2 points. Northeast Conference Tournament, St. Francis, Pennsylvania beat Central Connecticut 83-69. St. Francis's Cowan, 25 points, 12 rebounds. Nice game for him. Number 19, 22-8 Xavier 94. Number 20, 21-9 Providence 89. Brown for Xavier, 33.7 rebounds, followed by Jones, who had 29 points and 9 rebounds. Providence end, it was Hopkins and Crosswell, 17 points each. Carter and Locke behind them with 15 points each in that one. Number 14, 23-7 UConn beat DePaul, 88-59. Sonago for UConn, 26 points, 5 rebounds. 16-14 George Washington beat Davidson by 5. Northeast Conference Tournament, Merrimack beat LIU 91-76. Reed from Merrimack, 33 points. 13-17 Ohio State beat number 21, 20-10 Maryland by 11 points. Ohio State's trying to make a run, but I think it's a little too late for them, don't you? 13-17 now. I mean, I guess they can mow through the Big Ten Conference, win it, and get in. I guess they could. 11-19 Notre Dame beat number 25, 21-9 Pittsburgh by 7 points. Northeast Conference action. Fairleigh Dickinson beat St. Francis, New York, 83-75. 20-10 Duquesne beat UMass, 88-79. 17-13 Vanderbilt beat number 23, 20-10 Kentucky by 2 points. So that makes Florida and Kentucky the Vandy both beaten this last week. Wright for Vanderbilt, 23 points, 4 rebounds. Vandy 17-13. They make a good run at that tournament in the conference tournament. You never know. Northeastern Conference Tournament, Sacred Heart beat Wagner 67-55. Overtime. Number 2, 26-4 Alabama beats 19-11 Auburn, 90-85. Auburn led most of this game, if not all of it, until the end. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. Alabama, Sears, Clowney, Miller all had 17 points each. Quinterly came off the bench for Bama, 24 points. Johnson for Auburn, he came off the bench, 21 points. Behind him, Flanagan, 17 points, and Williams had 15 points after that. Yeah, they led almost the entire game. They were ahead by 17 with 11 minutes left in regulation. Bama comes back, beats them in overtime. Bama wins the SEC regular title. Fight breaks out, of course, between players of Bama and Auburn. Technicals are thrown. Players are ejected. Typical Tiger-Tide rivalry. So, I think the fans are happy. At least the Alabama fans are happy. Auburn fans are probably still pissed, which I would be too. Ohio Valley, Southeast Missouri State beat Lindenwood by 19 points. Rivalry game, not too many people know about, except here in Texas. Stephen F. Austin and Sam Houston in the East Piney Woods of Texas. Town, Huntsville, Sam Houston, Nacogdoches, Stephen F. Austin. Not too far from each other. The football team's playing Houston at the Energy Stadium. It's a good rivalry between those two schools. But Sam Houston, 23-6, beat Stephen F. Austin, who's 19-11, by 5 points in overtime. 16-14, Nicholls State beat Lamar by 4 points. Number 11, 23-7, Kansas State beat Oklahoma, 85-69. Tomlin for the Wildcats, 19 points, 5 rebounds. 18-13, Southeast Louisiana beat Houston Christian, 80-64. 23-7, Utah Valley beat UT Arlington by 19 points. Fun fact here about UT Arlington, they used to have a football team. Yep, the Mavericks. They used to have one. Why they quit playing, I don't know. Probably some stupid budget deal or something. 1911, Creighton beat Georgetown by 40, 99-59. Creighton's Alexander, 25 points. Admired Patrick Ewing, man, when played for the Knicks and even back when he's in college. I think he's gone. Sally, I think he's gone. When he first went there, I was like, all right, cool. Patrick Ewing going to Georgetown? Just not working out. Anyway, he may land somewhere. You never know. But yeah, getting beaten by 40, it's probably going to be it for him. Number 10, 26-5, Gonzaga beat Chicago State, 104-65. 19-11, Grand Canyon beat 19-11, Southern Utah, 83-78. 22-8, Missouri beat LSU, 81-76. LSU is thanking God the baseball season is here. Hodge for Missouri, 23 points. 18-12, Penn State beat 20-10 Northwestern by 3 in overtime. That game made it 3 losses for Northwestern since that 5-game run they had. 13-7, Utah Tech beat 19-11 Seattle, 93-56. Going back to Penn State Northwestern, when that 5-game streak was going on, I was like, man, amazing. After that 5-game streak, I said, who the hell wants to play Northwestern right now? This last week, anybody want to play them? I mean, I don't know what happened. Don't know what happened with them. Number 22, 20-10, TCU beat number 9, 22-8 Texas, 75-73. Texas loses to Baylor last Saturday. They lose to TCU last night. TCU's Bow, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists. Miller, 20 points, 10 rebounds. They led the entire game. Texas didn't lead once. Came close a couple times, but Rice for Texas, 16 points off the bench. Hunter had 15 points. That is Texas' 3rd loss in the last 5 games. Still a good team. Their coach, I don't know if he's been hired as full-time coach, but he's intern coach right now. He says they're good enough to win the national championship. I don't know if they could win the national championship. I would say they're good enough to definitely get to the Elite 8. Low luck on their side, maybe the Final 4, but I just don't know about national championship. But it's college sports. As we've seen, anything can happen. 17-10, Tulane lost to 15-14 East Carolina, 83-68. 20-10, A&M Corpus Christi gets revenge on A&M Commerce and beats them, 93-88, although it did take overtime to do it. 21-10, Northwestern State beat Incarnate Word, 81-64. Ohio Valley tournament. SIUE beat Southern Indiana 68-54. SIUE's minor, 27 points. Nice. And he had 4 rebounds, too. 16-14, Cal Baptist beat UT Rio Grande Valley by 18 points. UT Rio Grande Valley starting the football program. I don't know if they're going to start playing this year or in 2024, but they're getting everything together to start playing football, so that's cool. 23-7, Utah State beat 17-12 UNLV, 91-66. Utah State's Ashworth, 27 points, followed by Shugla, 19 points. Aiken came off the bench, 13 points. UNLV's Harkless, 20 points. Noel, 10 points, 9 rebounds. That is it. Some good games tonight. I forget who was playing, but I was looking at the schedule. Also, and this weekend too, of course. But if you go and Google college baseball games this weekend, there are some phenomenal matchups going on. So if you're a college baseball fan, check that out. Check out what's coming up this weekend. So yeah, you got college basketball, some good ones this weekend. Baseball, probably softball too, I would imagine. Anyway, like I said, it's basically Thursday afternoon, day and a half to the weekend. Once again, probably not going to do a show on Sunday. Got family coming in this weekend. I'm gonna try doing Sunday morning just so we don't have all this big hunk of crap next Thursday. But just in case I don't be surprised. Y'all be safe. Y'all be careful. Have a great weekend. Hope you get to enjoy doing whatever you want to do. Hope the weather's great for whatever you're doing. We'll see you next time.